モードドラゴンは史上最強。お前らちゃんと聞け。
Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 234. The streak continues. Gege is still in the Avatar state. Best pen since Light Yagami. Another incredible chapter. I think when the Decisive Battle arc gets animated, it'll be regarded with as much esteem as Marineford or the Dark Tournament. Legendary stuff. The last chapter ended with Gojo trying to figure out how he could take out the two Shikigami, Agato and Dadiraga. I mean Mahoraga. I gotta stay off the subreddits. And Sukuna, who's still battling the fraud allegations, is supporting from the shadows. The genius of this chapter is that it sets up likely scenarios once this fight ends. It spells out why Sukuna is being so cautious up until now, and it explains why all the other sorcerers are watching from the bleachers. Let's jump into it and break down what happened. It kicks off with Akatsu, who decides he's going in to support Gojo, which pisses off Kashimo because he thinks Yuta will just get in the way. Plus, it's not even his turn. Hakari, for a different reason, sides with Kashimo, telling Akatsu to abide by Gojo's instructions and wait. Akatsu is not the impulsive type, so he explains what he's thinking. He wants to relieve some pressure for Gojo by taking out Agato and Mahoraga with Rika. Maki reminds Akatsu that he's their insurance and tells him not to forget his role. Then Yuji jumps in. He's the only other person to side with Akatsu. Honestly, the second Yuji said Akatsu should go join the fight, I immediately knew it was a bad idea. I love him, but Itadori is not the sharpest spoon in the bathroom. Ultimately, everyone's favorite incestuous mercenary, Mei Mei, jumps in to explain the state of affairs. So the first big panel is her introducing Nuance. Mei Mei says the conditions for Gojo's victory are different from that of Sukuna's. Gojo only needs to beat Sukuna because if all the other Team Gojo sorcerers combine their powers like Captain Planet, they could beat Kenjaku, Mr. Great Barrier Reef, even after Kenjaku captured that beef jerky thumb called Tengen. On the other hand, for Sukuna, even if he beats Gojo, he would have to fight all the Team Gojo sorcerers right after without a break. So Sukuna must be keeping an ace up his sleeve for that contingency. Remember, Yorozu gave him something before she died and we still haven't seen it yet. Also, Urame, when he's not running the bath for Sukuna, is a formidable opponent, so don't rush into anything too quickly. Being on standby maximizes their chances of victory. All of that sounds great, but Kashimo is old school, so he ends the conversation with the Dragon Ball way of explaining things. He tells the dense modern sorcerers that they're missing the point. It's Gojo's battle, and it wouldn't be right for them to jump in. And I love it, honestly. People still get mad about Gojo giving Cell a Sensu Bean, which was dumb as fuck, don't get it twisted. But that was his battle, this is Gojo's battle, so sit down and watch what happens like the rest of us. And once again, can't stress this enough, Kenjaku, father of Chozo and Itadori, head of the Kamo clan, first of his name, breaker of chains, wearer of the ghetto skin suit. He's cooking up something nefarious. So we have lots of other considerations beyond just Sukuna. Back to it, the fight rages on. Gojo is still looking immaculate in the Toji fit. The six eyes are absolutely crucial at this stage. Of course, he's perpetually healing in the background. Gojo does some damage to Agato. It's clear that Mahoraga is the stronger of the Shikigami, which we already knew, but the eye test does confirm it. Gojo rips off Agato's tail, then we get a big revelation. Gojo says Nue's inherited the powers of Great Serpent, Morning Tiger, and Tranquil Deer. Remember, Agato is Nue plus totality. I'm pretty certain that Morning Tiger and Tranquil Deer must have died off screen because I have no memory of those two Shikigami dying. Because Agato's core has Tranquil Deer's regenerative abilities, Gojo plans to take it out in one shot. Mahoraga is terrifying. Mahoraga really could be a final boss on his own. He lives up to the hype. Mahoraga runs his blade across the floor, basically use Sandstorm to lower Gojo's accuracy, but we know Gojo can automatically sort between objects, so stopping the rock chunks was fairly straightforward. He was focused on evading Mahoraga's actual attack. Gojo is letting his hands and feet do the talking. One thing about Gojo that can never be understated, this boy is a showman. It's not just what he does, it's how he does it. Gojo starts doing some Kirby taunts at Dreamland, tells Sukuna he's nothing but a one-trick pony. In that moment, I could feel the Fraudkuna memes expanding. Gojo's first priority is to destroy Agato. Meanwhile, Sukuna is big chilling in the shadows. Everything's going well. Sukuna's only concern is making sure Gojo doesn't have a chance to use purple or the heavenly anticipated lime green. He knows that taking a hit from purple right now would kill him. He's also hoping for more from Mahoraga, and right on cue, soon after, we hear Mahoraga's blade connecting with something, and we see Gojo's arm and damn near 3 buildings behind Gojo sliced. Sukuna can barely hide his ecstasy. Mr. Hot Wheels Mahoraga himself slashing from a distance just like Sukuna does with his cleave and dismantle. Literally smelling blood, Sukuna pops out and it's 3-on-1. Sukuna lands a kick, then Agato pops Gojo from behind, but Gojo, the greatest showman, looks up and tells Agato he doesn't fit in with this crowd, you can't sit with us. He's charging up a blue orb on his remaining hand. He unleashes a maximum output blue. Big Daddy Raga makes sure to shield his child Sukuna while all this is going on, but it's a wrap for Agato, whose body implodes on itself, and the end game for the fight is finally set up. In another 41 seconds, which could be 3 to 5 chapters from now, Gojo will unleash Hollow Technique Purple, and the greatest sorcerer of all time will be crowned definitively. Maybe, who knows, Gege might add a couple more chapters after that. I thought about making predictions on who I think will win the fight, but I feel it would cheapen it to say it out loud. I'd rather talk about why this arc is so good. Reggie Star, I came with receipts. I have felt damn near every emotion possible since chapter 221. Gojo vs Sukuna technically starts chapter 223, but you can argue it starts chapter 221 when Gojo gets released from the prison realm. If Gege can stick the landing, the Decisive Battle arc might be the best shonen arc ever. The potential is insane. The amount of effort and groundwork just to set it up, Gege's already a legend. They might have to put him in Bungo Stray Dogs or something. That's Iron Gege. Anyway, Gojo is resourceful and very much a gambler, so expect to see him pull more rabbits out of hats. And of course, Sukuna has been pretty conservative in how he's approached this battle. We definitely see why Sukuna was interested in Megumi all along, because he's relied almost entirely on Megumi's techniques and movesets. I'll do the back and forth with you guys in the comments if you want to hear how I think it's gonna end, but let's stop it right here. El Sai Kangaroo, Big Kumo out.